Hey y'all. So today I wanted to come on here to talk about thoughts. Yes, you guys know what I'm talking about. Thoughts. That hole over there. Now, we live in a day and age where it's okay to be classified as a thought, as a hoe, and other degrading terminologies. When did this become okay? And is it okay? Should you be proud? Should you strive for this? Let's find out. Let's talk. So I've been looking at Instagram, social media a lot, and I see a lot of the girls on there, they're selling sex. And while I don't think there's anything wrong with selling sexuality necessarily, there's a consequence to everything in life. And that's what my channel is all about, is teaching you that your actions now will have consequences later. So we live in a society that glorifies the thought, the hookup, the quick one night stand, the free love. We glorify all that. But trust me, guys, that all comes with consequences. Besides all the obvious consequences that we all know of, the unwanted pregnancy, the STDs, or worse, there are also psychological and emotional consequences. Most women these days, they're trained to believe that it's okay to freely give their bodies to whoever they would like to. So you go out today, you meet a man today, you take him home, you sleep with him, and that's supposed to be okay. Also, you sleep with another man tomorrow, and that's supposed to be okay. We're taught that only old-fashioned women, women who are not desirable, actually make men wait for sex. And those women are classified as cold, as bitter, as dry, not fun, right? We see those women portrayed in the movies as the cold, dry woman that you would never want to be. She's never pretty. She's always just plain Jane. And then you see the pretty, bubbly, fun woman that everyone wants to be around. All the guys are attracted to. You see her being very loose. She's around, she's free hookups, she's just sleeping with everyone, she's overly sexual and sexualized. And this is what's being portrayed in the media today. You cannot escape it on social media, you cannot escape it on television. And it's very interesting. I was watching a television show last night, and I won't name the show, but I noticed that, and I've been watching this series for a while. I noticed that on this series, they promote a lot of hookups. This character, who happens to be a female, would meet a guy, she'd have a couple drinks with him, and then they'd end up having sex, and then the next episode would be considered the day after. She'd be meeting another guy, having dinner, and having sex again. And that normalizes that. And I'm gonna mention one TV show, Sex and the City, that had a huge influence over women and the way we view sex. No, I'm no prude. And like many other women, I have a past. But I'm beginning to think that maybe there is something wrong with just hooking up with a man just because you want to be hip, just because you're in the mood. So I wanted to look at that. Now, as we know, some of the consequences that were not mentioned before of hookups would be falling for the wrong guy, not getting a chance to know someone, moving too quickly. We live in a society where we have quick romances, right? We meet a guy today, we hook up with him tomorrow, we realize he's a jerk the next day, we break up with him the following day, we complain to our girlfriends, and we do it again, and it's a cycle, it's a vicious cycle. Now, this happens because we do not give ourselves enough time after meeting a man to get to know him, get to know what he's all about, and figure out whether he is worth our time, worth our bodies. We let our emotions drive us, And as humans, we're supposed to think on a higher level. Only animals are supposed to just hook up because they think with an animal brain and they're primal. Humans are supposed to be able to control those urges and actually use logic to make decisions. So I'm here to tell you guys, yes, there is absolutely something wrong with being a thought, a hoe, a slut, whatever else is popular, whatever else is just popular on social media, television. Your favorite music artists are out there bragging about being thoughts. And we need to shift away from that because it's very destructive to the culture of it all, to us as a people. It has severe consequences. We're living in a world where people are becoming bitter. Women are becoming bitter. That's why you see a lot of women who are over 35 being very bitter. Even if they meet a nice guy, they don't know that he's a nice guy. They're bitter. They hate men. And it's because when they were younger, instead of taking the time to get to know a man, get to figure out who he is before hooking up with him, they just met him, had 3 dates or 1 date, and ended up in the sack. And I am here to tell you that 3-date rule is BS. You cannot know someone in 3 dates. Even the 90-day rule is BS. You have to give yourself time to get to know the man for the mask that most men are wearing, ladies. We all know a lot of guys out there, they put on a false self when they're out there trying to meet women for sex. And that's what most of them are doing. They don't meet you because they like your personality. They're trying to hook up. I'm not saying all men are like this. Some men actually are good men who want to get to know women. But for the majority of them, especially the way that they're being trained in the media, they're only after the score. So I would say, ladies, slow down. It is not okay to hook up. It is not okay to be a slut, a hoe, a thought. It's not okay. Slow down. Take time to get to know the men that you have in your life. Take time to talk to these guys. Make sure you're on the same page. Make sure they have values. Make sure their intentions are good. Make sure you like them beyond just the physical. Yes, it's great to have a great, good-looking guy on your arms, but who cares if he's a jerk? Who cares if he's going to make you miserable? Who cares if he's going to leave you with an unwanted pregnancy, STD, etc.? You need to get to know these people before you give them something as precious and sacred. And your body is precious and sacred. It's very important you get to know them before you give them your body. Every action has a reaction. If you know physics at all, for every action there's a reverse and adverse reaction. Hope I said that right. Everything has consequences. Everything you do today, you will pay for later, including just hooking up with some random guy. Everything you do will have consequences. So ladies, let's try to respect ourselves. We're in the year of leveling up, but yet I see some women still being free and loose. Leveling up does not mean that you run around hooking up with a bunch of guys and adding another name to your scorecard. Leveling up means having respect for yourself. Leveling up means loving the woman you are, respecting the woman you are, making sure that the man who's going to get your body actually earned it, actually deserves it. If a guy buys 1 drink for you, he didn't just pay for your body. It's not okay for you to go and hook up with a guy just because he bought you an expensive dinner, roses, or took you out. It's just not okay. I don't want to ramble, but women, ladies, sis, we need to respect ourselves more. We need to respect our bodies. So, sorry Cardi B, sorry City Girls, it's not okay to be a thought. It's not okay to just hook up. We are not men. We cannot think like men. We must respect our bodies. Thank you.